So here's something I learned in Montreal. I worked with a man named Richard Tremblay there, and I think Richard's lab used up 1/3 of all social science funding for Quebec at one time. He was a radically successful researcher, and he was really interested in antisocial behavior and was trying to get to the roots. And one of the conclusions that our lab enterprise moved towards was that, one observation was that if you take 2-year-olds, if you take kids at different ages, you could imagine you made a group of 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds, group of 4-year-olds, all the way up to 15. You just let them interact. The 2-year-olds are the most aggressive. But if you analyze the 2-year-olds themselves, you find that all the aggressive kids are boys, and it's only a fraction of them, about 5%. So if you group 2-year-olds together, 5% of the boys will kick, steal, hit, and bite, which was our definition of early onset antisocial behavior. Almost all of those kids are socialized by the age of 4, right? The remnant that aren't get alienated because they have no friends, and they're the ones who become juvenile delinquents and then early onset criminals and then repeat offenders, right? And so what it is imagine there's some kids whose default, their rage circuits are a little bit more dominant than the typical kid. They're often bigger physically.
Yeah, especially the biting. Forgive me for interrupting, but there's a very interesting paper published about 2 years ago showing that there's a specific circuit from the hypothalamus to the neurons that control jaw closure that are independent of the neurons that control jaw closure for eating and for drinking.
Oh, yeah.
That are specifically for aggressive biting. I mean, I hope people understand the significance of this, because what this means is there are dedicated circuits for aggressive biting in your hypothalamus. We all learn to suppress these, except probably under conditions where our life is endangered, in which case you'd probably bite like hell in order to try and get out of that circumstance. But we are all born with this circuit. We die with this circuit. Most of us, apparently not these kids, learn to suppress this circuit.
Right. Or integrate.
An 8-year-old biter is a scary thing.
Right.